Right. Welcome back to Rock and Hype Sports. We're talking about the NBA. So this video, just gonna wrap up the quarter season review and kind of just talk about the Eastern and Western Conference and just those sort of the 1 through 15 on each side. So right now you have Toronto, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Detroit, Indiana, Boston, Charlotte, and Orlando in the top eight. As far as those teams go, it's kind of crazy to say this, but I don't really see much movement happening for the lower six teams. Like everybody, like the kind of top four teams, they'll kind of be there somewhere in the eight. But like Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta, the Knicks, they're fighting for the bottom. Miami, it's the farewell tour. So, they may, get a little moxie and try and get up there, really make a push, to really kind of make it substantial for D Wade. I could see them making a first round appearance, but Charlotte, Kemba, he's gonna get paid. He's amazing, but Boston really has to piece it together and figure it out. They should be much higher than what they are. They are underperforming right now. Yeah, I mean that's it with the East. It's not so much a gauntlet. It's just I don't know. I mean, as far as who's gonna make it out, I mean Toronto and Milwaukee and Boston pretty much are the best early bets right now. And of those three, I mean, Milwaukee and Toronto are kind of those kind of two teams to kind of watch as far as health and what they may be capable of. And then let's go over to the Western Conference. So with the Western Conference, we have the LA Clippers, the Denver Nuggets, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State Warriors, Memphis Grizzlies, the Lakers at 6, Portland Trailblazers at 7, and then you have the Dallas Mavericks at 8. And let's see, down there at 9, you have Houston, Sacramento, Minnesota, Utah, the Pelicans, San Antonio Spurs, and Phoenix. And with the West, it's always a gauntlet. There's already teams that are within a game or two, and based on win percentages, they're in the mix of what's going on. And I really haven't looked at the schedules to say what the strength of schedule may be as far as a factor, but Houston's definitely gonna kind of move up into that 5 to 8 range. San Antonio is probably going to move up at some point, kind of fighting for that 6 to 8 range. But it wouldn't surprise me if they're somewhere a little bit higher just because of their system. But I don't see Oklahoma sitting up that high. Denver is definitely where they should be. This is definitely an interesting mix. The Clippers, definitely an interesting mix of players that's there. Memphis, they just got to prove something. Serious, like they just have to prove something. I mean, a second round win would really bolster some belief in that organization and what they have going forward. I mean, honestly, I really can't fault Gasol or Conley as much. They kind of done their jobs. It's everybody else when it comes to Memphis. It just really falls on everybody else. Portland, they have a interesting dynamic. It's just, can they piece it together? And when they piece it together, is it enough in today's NBA? They're putting up threes, but they're sort of that kind of really good at the mid range, which isn't bad because the mid range is kind of underrated right now. But yeah, the West is just really impressive right now. I mean, if I'm saying like of a NBA Finals or a playoff prediction of who's going to be in the last or later rounds. OKC definitely is not in that. So I would probably say Golden State Warriors, definitely up there. Denver Nuggets, the it's hard for me to say outside of that because the other teams they really got to have a dogfight to really show and prove, and they're really trying to pull it together now. And for the East, Toronto and Milwaukee right now. That's about it that I can kind of say. It's like, oh, they're sort of the front runners. Everybody else, they're still slugging it out. So we really have to see at the next kind of quarter season recap of where these teams kind of sit at. So hopefully, you enjoyed this experience, kind of just talking some basketball. One of my favorite things. I love to look at the stat sheet, look at the home losses, look at pace, look at all these things, and because all these numbers sort of tell a story. You can kind of get a good prediction or idea of what's to come or what may be. And, I love basketball. Love to watch it. Love listening to it. Love reading about it. It's one of my favorite things. Even watching EuroLeague, even watching WNBA, watching the FIBA, watching Olympics. All basketball. I'll watch it. I'll consume the basketball in whatever format it may be. It's a beautiful game, and hopefully more people play it because it definitely seems to be the future of sports going in the right direction, especially on a global scale. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this recap of the season so far, and let me know what you think. Thank you.